Hi everyone, I am Talluri Ranga. I am from AIB and my roll number is AV.SC.U4AI23141 and I will be presenting you on menu and context menu in mobile application development. This is a fundamental UI component that plays a crucial role in creating intuitive and user-friendly mobile applications. Let's dive into understanding how context menus enhance user experience in Android development. Let me uh, let me start by showing you what we'll cover today. Our session today is structured into 7 key areas. First, we'll explore menus and their types to understand the broader category. Then we'll see context menu, key methods, when to use the context menu, common triggers, anatomy, and practical implementation part. Menus are vital components in Android applications. Think of them as the organizational backbone of your app's features. They enhance navigation and usability by providing consistent and smooth user experience across all screens. What makes menu particularly powerful is how they organize apps features in an intuitive and accessible way. Android recommends defining menus using XML resources, and there is a good reason for this. XML-based menus ensure cleaner code, easier updates, and better reusability. The three common menu types we work with are Options menu, Context menu, and Pop-up menu. Each serves a specific purpose. By using these menus effectively, we improve user engagement and interaction efficiency by minimizing clutter while promoting UI consistency across different devices and Android versions. Now let's look into at these three types of menus. Here we have a comparison of three main menu types in Android. Let me walk through each one. First, the options menu. This is triggered by tapping the three dot icon in the app bar or the hardware menu button. It provides app-wide actions such as settings, search, and logout. These are actions that apply to the entire application. Second, the context menu. This is activated by long press or an item or view. It offers item-specific actions like edit, delete or item you are interacting with, not the entire app. Third, the pop-up menu. This appears when you tap on an icon or overflow button, displaying a quick list of related options without leaving the current view. For today's presentation, we'll be focusing primarily on the context menu. Let's dive deeper into the context menu specifically. So what is exactly a context menu? A context menu is a floating menu that appears when a user long presses an item or view. The key characteristic is that it provides actions related to the selected content without affecting other UI parts. Think about your daily interactions with the mobile apps. When you long press a message in WhatsApp or a file in your file manager, a menu pops up with relevant options. That's a context menu in action. Just like other menus, context menus can be identified using XML menu resources, which makes them easier to manage and maintain. Now that we understand what context menus are, let's look at the technical implementation specifically, the key methods we need to work with it. These are the three key essential methods you need to understand for implementing the context menus in Android. First, register for context menu. This method registers a view to display a context menu when long pressed. The syntax is straightforward. You simply call register for context menu and pass your view. In this example, a list view. This is typically done in your onCreate or onViewCreated method. Second, onCreate context menu. This method is called when the system needs to create the context menu. Here, you inflate your menu layout with XML. As you can see in the syntax, this method receives three parameters: the menu object, the view that triggered it, and menu info containing additional data about the selection. Third, on context item selected. This is where you handle user actions. When a user taps on a menu item, this method is called. You use a when expression to determine which item was selected and execute the appropriate action. For example, if they selected edit, you perform the edit operation. If they selected delete, you handle the deletion. These three methods from the complete life cycle of a context menu interaction. Understanding the how is important, but equally important is understanding when to use the context menus. Let me give you compelling reasons why context menus are so valuable in mobile app development. Now let's explore, like, it provides quick access to actions related to a specific item or view. It helps you maintain clean and uncluttered UI by hiding less used options. It ensures consistency with standard Android design patterns. It improves efficiency and accessibility for frequent tasks. It is ideal for item-specific operations like edit, share, delete. One of the real-world examples is long press on a photo in your gallery to instantly reveal or edit options. No need to open the photo first or hunt through menus. Now let's explore how users actually trigger these context menus and what comprises their structure. This slide covers two important aspects. How context menus are triggered and what are they made of. On the left side we have common triggers. The most common trigger is the long press. Users press and hold on an item and the context menu appears. This is the standard Android pattern that users are most familiar with. Another trigger is tapping the overflow icon. You have seen these small three dot or hamburger icons that reveal contextual actions when tapped. We also have swipe gestures. Swiping an item left or right can reveal quick actions. Think of email apps where you swipe or delete or archive. Finally, custom buttons or views. Developers can create dedicated buttons that display item-specific options when tapped. On the right side, we have the anatomy of a context menu. Starting from the top, we have an optional menu header that provides a title or description, helping users understanding the context. Icons, the core component is the menu items. These are the primary actionable options like edit, delete, share or copy. Icons are optional but recommended. Small icons besides menu icons improve visual clarity and help with recognition. Dividers are also optional and can be used to separate group of actions for better organization. Finally, the background and styling should match your app theme for a consistent look and feel throughout the application. Understanding these components help you design context menus that are both functional and aesthetically pleasing. Theory is important, but let's see a practical example to tie everything together. Here we have a perfect example of context menu in action, a contacts application. On the left side, you can see a simple contact list with person 1 through person 5. The interface is clean and uncluttered. There are no visible action buttons overwhelming the user. On right screen, notice what happens when a user long presses on person 1. A context menu that appears with a header select action for person 1 and three relevant options edit, delete and share. The menu is context specific. It applies for person 1. It provides quick access to common actions without navigating away. The UI remains clean until the user needs these options. The actions are intuitive and relevant to the contact item. Notice also anatomy. We have a menu header providing context, clear menu items with descriptive labels, and a simple clean design that matches the app's overall aesthetic. This is exactly how you want to implement context menu in your own applications, providing functionality without cluttering the interface. Now let us see the practical implementation. This is the XML code which is used to write to design the UI. Here we use the text view to display the options. I have created 5 person contacts, person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4 and person 5. These are the some of the properties for text view like text, text size, text style and so on. And this is the code for backend. It is written in Kotlin. And first we have to use onCreate function. Then we have to initialize the contacts. This is the syntax for initializing the contacts. And then we used here register for context menu contact. This is to register all the text views for context menu, and it also enables long press actions. And then we used on create context menu. It is also used for the press a text view. And then a menu inflator dot inflate, it is used to load the menu from the XML file. And then we use the on context item selected. It is a method in context menu. It is used to execute the action for the selected menu item. And then we created context menu .xml file. Here we created three items like it is edit, delete and share. Now let us see the output of this. Here is the output. This is the heading, and these five are the options which these are the contacts. If we click on these contacts, just it won't work, because it is if we long press the contact, then only it will show the options. See, here we can select any of the option. Here we got edit person 1, delete, delete person 2. This is all about the practical implementation. Let me walk you through this comprehensive analysis of context menus. Context menus are on-demand UI elements that keep interfaces clean. Android offers three types, implemented using XML resources and three key methods. They dramatically improve user experience by reducing navigation effort. We see them everywhere: gallery apps for sharing photos, messaging apps for replying to the text, email clients for archiving messages, file managers, social media, and music players. They are the invisible productivity boost in apps we use daily. The future is exciting. AI-powered predictive menus, voice and gesture controls, AR/VR spatial interfaces, enhanced accessibility, foldable device optimization, and cloud synced personalization. Context menus make mobile interactions smarter, faster, and more intuitive. Thank you.